What is the difference between curriculum vitae or CV and a resume? Well, they're both documents that were constructed to present your experiences in either a chronological or organized manner. But from there, they do have quite a few differences. And the first difference is length. Resumes, more times than not, are never more than 2 pages, and on average are mostly 1 page long, while CVs can be as long as 20 pages, though on average they're probably going to be between 5 and 15 pages. Now, no matter how much experience you have, it is your job as the resume writer to curate or organize the most important or more significant experiences into that 1 page or 2 page document. Most CVs can ultimately end up rather long documents, and that's because, unlike resumes, as your experiences expand or grow, so does your CV. And it's true that some jobs, grants, fellowships may ask for condensed versions of your CVs, but even condensed CVs are usually 4 to 5 pages, so still so much larger than resumes. The next thing that makes them different is their purpose. Resumes are usually short because they are a snapshot of your professional experiences, usually for the sake of applying to a corporate or industry-focused job. And so HR departments or companies like that will look at your resume in bulk, trying to figure out from a quick glance who belongs in that position or in that job. So it's way more professional focus than academic professional focus. Resumes can also have small sections about special skill sets, special projects, and even softwares that you know how to use that could be pertinent for a job. But again, the main difference between what is included in the format of a resume and what is included in your CV, you only include things that you think will help you get a job in a resume. And what you choose to include in a resume altogether should come and say to the HR department or the hiring manager, hey, all of these things that you see on my resume are super relevant to this job and thus demonstrate that I am a perfect fit for your position because I have all these amazing qualities. CVs, on the other hand, are more like academic resumes or academic focused professional documents where you're still kind of aggregating all of your experience together, but it's not to concisely focus on one specific job, but rather the purpose of a CV is to really demonstrate to the person who's looking at it, be it a grant, a fellowship, a job, or even just roughly trying to get to know each other or find a mentor, the conversation your CV is really starting is, look at how well-rounded of an academic or how well-versed of a person I am in these topics or in these experiences. So while a resume is super focused in on a specific skill set or a specific job or a specific goal, a CV, on the other hand, is going to say, hey, look at how well-rounded of an academic or how versed I am as a person in these specific topics, experiences, or what have you. So a CV is a more expansive document, whereas a resume is very zoomed in and focused on a specific goal, which is usually getting a job. A CV is about more telling the story of who you are as a person, what you care about, what experiences you've had, and what you've done. The next way resumes and CVs are different is how they are formatted, which would make sense because CVs, again, are just way longer documents than resumes. Resumes are usually a document that include an organized list, often reversed chronologically, that includes your work experience, volunteer experience, and even internship experiences. And in these sections, under each position, you would most likely explain what your responsibilities were, either in bullet point form or paragraph form, the location of the job, the dates that you were there, and the title position that you held. Resumes can also include your education experiences, but more times than not, it is very briefly, and it's either held at the very top or very bottom of the resume because your experiences are what's more important than anything else in that document. CVs would include almost everything that I just explained, but formatted slightly different, with the priorities being in different sections. First and foremost, a CV is not just going to have a little blip at the top or the bottom of the document saying your education history. Instead, you're going to have an expansive academic history. In this section, you would include what schools you've attended, what degrees you've gotten from them, what dates you were there. If you have a thesis or a dissertation, what is the title of the thesis or your dissertation? And sometimes you would even include committee members to your thesis or dissertation. So it's a giant section of your CV that is really saying, this is how I was trained, this is where I was trained, and oftentimes this is who trained me. CVs are also, again, demonstrating who you are, your academic rigor, what your experiences are, and what you've achieved. And so in a CV, you're more likely to see awards, honors, fellowships, grants that you've received, also languages that you may speak. Sometimes if you have notable research experience in a special lab or a specific project, you would also list those research experiences and who you were working under. Another thing that is super important for professionalization is publications that would be included into your CV. In a CV, you're trying to include everything that would make you seem like a well-rounded, a well-versed, a well-prepared, super smart, however you want to say it. But all of these things are trying to show just how great you are in totality, where resume is about how great you would be in this position. The format of both CVs and resumes change a lot, and it depends on who you are as a person, but also what jobs, fellowships, grants you're applying to, and what stage you're at in that process of your application. And so if you want to see the differences between my resume and my CV, you should watch this video next. Unless it's not out yet. Then this video here will help you build your CV with adding one more form of professionalization, which is publications and the publication process. If you found at least 2 things useful, hit the thumbs up so YouTube will share this video with others who just might need it. As always, your support helps a small YouTuber like me continue to grow. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.